So I was watching YouTube today, and I was watching this dude named Didi Demetrius. Didi got a podcast, and Didi is like, he's very informed, right? He has a very intelligent perspective, right? And he kind of see a lot of the shit that I can see, and he's very strong in his stance and his opinions, right? And I really like that about him. The only thing that bothers me about Didi is that he is very Christian, right? And I know for people who are Christians also, you might get offended, but that's on you. I can't do nothing about that. But it prompted me to want to speak to it, right? And so I was just trying to understand, like, as intelligent as he is, that he won't let that go, right? He won't let this ideal of Jesus go, and Christianity, and walking with Jesus, and saying the power in the name Jesus, and how special Jesus' name is, and all that good stuff, right? And it just baffles me how intelligent he is, but he don't see the complete overall picture to that part, right? So I wrote down a couple points, right, of why Christianity is a thing hard for people to let go of, right? I know that, like, from a child, most people were brought up in it, and they find their identity in it, because Christianity gives people the ideal person, like, to be able to be saved and walking with Jesus. And Jesus is so of such importance because he is the Son of Man, like the rest of us not the same thing. If you say that Jesus was, that we are, but then they gave you this grand fucking story of how Jesus got here, how he came about. And then if that's the case, then it's like, well, then God is petty. Because if you watch, because it's like this. Why would God make you, or the creator make you special as you, the energy of your mom and your dad put together, and then have you struggle trying to walk like Jesus, when he could have just made you, or she or whatever could have just made you a clone of Jesus, and you wouldn't have to struggle. You'd be walking perfectly in the frame of Jesus, right? And it would be no troubles, because you'd be walking with Jesus. You'd be Jesus in human form, or not human form, because he was supposed to be in human form, but you would be a twin, a mirror, a time of cousin or some shit. So as I look at it, right, it gives this superiority complex, right? It gives people the ideal to be able to say, well, I'm walking like this, like Jesus, so I'm better than them over there because I'm walking with Jesus. And if you're not walking on this group with me, and you're not in agreement with this group with me, then something must be wrong with you, because why not? Why aren't you walking with, because the Bible told you, this book that man wrote told you what you were supposed to walk like and what life was supposed to be like. But if that was in fact the case, then why is it not second nature? Why do people even struggle with these things? Because God is all knowing, right? God created you and put you in the situation that made you, right? He put your mama and your daddy together. The energy that connected them, that created you, was put together right on time. But so you would spend your whole life fighting with that? That don't make no sense to me. So it's one of those, it's like history, right? For me, I feel like history is a subject that we should just let go. Like, why are we still arguing over it? Because history is clearly his story. And we can't we can't rewind his story. We can't bring it back up. The only thing we know is moving forward. We know what we require to live, as far as we need food. And we know that the poison is damaging the earth. And we know all these things that we know. And we should be acting on the things that we know, instead of arguing about the shit that we don't know, right? And my ideal and my thought process is man's word can be manipulated, but the creator's word cannot be manipulated, which it can though, because mutations happen all through nature. So I don't know, how is word constant but nature isn't? Like, mutations happen in nature shit do what it need to do to make sure that life continues. Energy does, like they say, does not die. It only changes form, and that's true. Like, you can see it. You can look at nature and you can see energy changing forms, whether it's from digestion or mating or whatever the energy is doing, is changing forms. And that in itself is an example why this can't be a thing. Like, why it don't make no sense, because literally everything makes sense. It does what it needs to do to make sure energy keep on going. But then this thing right here that make you people superior don't make no sense. It's because it was given to you to teach you to silently comply, to be group thinking, right? Because it gives you the comfort to be able to say all the time, and then someone, you know what I'm saying, join in with you, and y'all hold on to this false identity, but it's so widespread and there's so many people who are buying into it that you got such a big group, so you feel like you're right. And maybe you are right. But then again, the creator made us to be inquisitive and inquisitive beings, that we have eyes and we can communicate with each other, and we get inquisitive. Like, children are inquisitive and animals and shit is inquisitive because nature is inquisitive. Like, it wants to explore itself. Like, it's exploring, because this is, yeah, I'm rambling now, but you get what the fuck, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. I didn't mean to offend anyone. It just was, sharing my beliefs. I say believe, my opinions.